So, what are your thoughts on the Manitoba changes for 2026? First 45 for screening, and then lowering it to 40.
Well, it is great news. We're thrilled to hear it. It's great news not just for women, but for their families, as well as for reducing the burden on the healthcare system because cancer doesn't wait till 50. And cancer in the 40s can be extremely aggressive. And 1 in 6 women are going to likely get cancer in their 40s. And so catching cancer early is what it's all about, early detection. And this move by the government will allow more women to find cancer early.
When you look at the trends across this country that all governments are looking at in terms of screening ages, where does Manitoba fare in terms of in terms of that? Other provinces have been doing this ahead of us, and some are also lagging behind, I think.
Yes, there have been many provinces that have taken action before Manitoba. For example, there have been 4 provinces that have been doing this for at least 30 years. And provinces like Nova Scotia, British Columbia, PEI, it's been a long time since they've been offering this. So we're really happy to see Manitoba join the other provinces. Right now, we have 7 provinces and territories that are screening at age 40. 3 of them are at 45, but we expect 2 of those 3 to lower to 40. And we have Saskatchewan at 43. So Manitoba is at the bottom end, but that's one reason why we're hoping to see it move to 40 much earlier than next December, because there is urgency here. We can save a lot more lives if the screening age is lowered to 40 as soon as possible.
Well, what's the lag been? As you said, some of these provinces have had this in place for decades. I know that we've done some reporting on for some time. It was thought that it was better not to screen early because there was a greater prevalence and higher number of false positives early, and then that further sort of caused complications in the system. So, what was your reaction to that period of time, and how should people weigh that?
Well, the problem was that our national body, the Canadian Task Force on Preventive Healthcare, was using outdated and flawed evidence and putting a great stress on these false positives and these harms. We've recently done a survey where we asked women if the risk of having a recall, because there's no such thing as a false positive, but a recall for more imaging after a screening test would deter them from future imaging. And 97% said no. They would rather have the risk of having a recall for more additional pictures. This anxiety that's being referred to from false positives is transient. And every woman we have spoken to would rather be safe than sorry.
Can you talk about the name of your organization, Dense Breast Canada, and why breast density is important when we're talking about screening?
Well, we started this organization in 2016 because women were not being informed of their breast density. So no one in Canada was being told if they had dense breasts or not. And we found that was not right because having dense breasts has 2 implications. There are 2 risks. One is it increases the risk of breast cancer, and the second one that it increases the risk that cancer will not be detected on a mammogram. It makes it harder to see cancer because dense breast tissue shows up as white on a mammogram, which is an X-ray, and cancer shows up as white. So there can be a masking effect. So women are sometimes told that their mammogram is normal when in fact they do have breast cancer. So we wanted women to be informed of this so that they could be proactive about their breast health because mammograms are not enough for women who have dense breasts.
And there's 4 categories I understand as well. Can you walk us through them because they're the letters A, B, C, and D. And if you're in C and D, you're at most risk. But what does that actually mean?
Right. Well, breast density is a continuum. A and B are not dense. C and D are dense. There's more white tissue as you go up the alphabet, which means there's more risk of having cancer hidden. So women with the highest category, category D, have a 40% chance that their cancer is going to be missed on mammogram. Women category C have about a 30% chance. That's why it's so important for those women to get additional screening. And in 7 provinces, women in category D are given annual mammograms. In Manitoba, they are not. In some provinces, there's more use of 3D mammography, which can pick up an additional cancer and reduce false positives or recalls. Manitoba, we hope to see Manitoba use more 3D mammography so more cancers can be found. But we'd really like to see Manitoba implement supplemental screening. There's many provinces that are allowing women to get additional screening if they have dense breasts. In Manitoba, no.
How
And so that again puts women at great risk.
And I just want to interject there. How would a woman know if they have dense breasts? Is it only after you go from a mammogram and you're informed by a healthcare provider, or is there a way to tell?
No, there's no way that you can tell yourself. It's not by look or feel. You have to have a mammogram in order to know. The radiologist then will assess the density. And that's another reason why we're so happy to see the screening age lower to 45. That means more women are going to learn if they have dense breasts, and they're going to be able to be proactive about their breast health and perhaps reduce some mitigating risk factors and lifestyle risk factors. So more knowledge is power. That's why we really want to see as many women as possible take advantage of the self option to self-refer at 45. And we hope that the government is going to do its part in raising awareness, because it's really not enough to just put a policy change out there. They really have to make a concerted effort to let as many women as possible know, to reach underserved communities and get the word out that 45, that women are now eligible at 45, because the Canadian Cancer Society just did a study that showed that only 36% of women are aware what the eligible age is in their province, and only 65% of family doctors are aware. So we need awareness. Along with this policy change, we're hoping the government will put funding behind awareness raising.
Thank you very much for being with us this morning, Jennie. Happy New Year. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. Thanks so much.
That's Jennie Dale with us, founder and executive director of Dense Breast Canada, weighing in on her thoughts of where Manitoba needs to go from here, and also where we'll start in the new year, which is lowering the screening age for breast cancer to 45 from 50. By the end of next year, it should go down to 40.